I'm the person who's come to, so I have the red stickers.
Thank you.
There's also a garden at the back of the set there, smoking cigars as well. And this is one of the last shows in this gallery. It's cold at the moment because the Leinster is closing, so it's moving to smaller paintings. So here we have David Goldberg celebrating his birthday, a big one. It is his birthday. It's a pleasure working with him on this. I had a large amount of work to choose from and tried to get a snapshot of what he's producing. So now we have John O'Donnell, who's a great friend of David, who very kindly agreed to open the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Tony. There's an image somewhere of Van Gogh outside in front of his easel. He's wearing a broad white hat, and the rim of the hat is dotted with candles. He is painting in plein air, and it is late evening, but by this ingenious and simple device, he illuminates what he sees. And there is something of that image in the paintings by David Goldberg here this evening. He is also a plein air painter, or should I say plein air, because he is of course Irish and predictably proud of his Cork roots. Can I ask you, when did you last meet a shy Corkman? But he has a lot to be proud of here this evening, because these paintings are filled with light, the gleam of the sea, the still mirror of the river, the sun dappling parks and fields and trees. Like Van Gogh's hat, they are ingenious and simple, and they illuminate. Goldberg, in his artist statement, says he's more interested in what he has left out than what he has put in. But like the clever lawyer that he has left in just enough by hint and by inference to convey exactly what he means to us, the jury, without ever being so crude as to shout it out loud. These are quiet, reflective pieces that bear reviewing. And listen as well as view. You can hear the seagulls wheeling over the Bailey Lighthouse. You can hear the thrum of insects over the still water of the Nanny at Laytown. You can hear the buzz of street life beneath a Jerusalem window. What you see is what you get, but you also get more. David is now 70, or as the invitation says, at 70. I prefer at. I regard 70 as a stop along the journey, a journey that is certain to continue for many years to come. There is no need yet to rage against the dying of the light, as Dylan Thomas put it, and I'm sure that Tony is even now printing the invitations for the David Goldberg at 80 exhibition. David says he worries as to whether the paintings are, quote-unquote, any good. Well, the American poet W.S. Merwin records John Berryman, a famous American poet, advising him that you can never be sure that what you write is any good at all. He says, if you have to be sure, don't write. But insofar as anyone can be sure of anything, I am sure that these pieces earn their place. They deserve a place here, and they deserve a place in your place. So buy now, while stocks last. So to David I say, Mazel Tov. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my pleasure to declare this exhibition.
Very good. John O'Donnell, Tony, my wife Carla, and my dear friends. There was once a visiting dignitary to a North English town, and he had to do a keynote lecture at about 6 o'clock in the evening. He happened to arrive at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and one of the administrators or civil servants of the county council or whatever it was, the borough, was deputed to bring him around the art gallery, the local art gallery, and they entertained the dignitary until 6 o'clock. And the administrator took him around the gallery, and he didn't know anything about art, and he just looked at him, and the man was looking at the paintings, and he said, you know, he says, these are all done beyond. So these are all done beyond. I've enjoyed doing them. I've enjoyed presenting them to you. I hope that you like them and would like to take one away with you. Because I don't want to store them anyway. Yeah. Now, John mentioned Van Gogh, and I just happened to be reading a very interesting biography of Van Gogh. And in his early days, he was completely obsessed with everything. He was obsessively neurotic from a very early age, and he was traumatized by it and troubled. He went through a very religious phase when he tried to be a parson. He went through a phase when he tried to be an art dealer. He went through a phase when he tried to support the poor in the Voronezh in Belgium. And eventually he decided he had no choice, but he was going to be a painter. And he had painted and drawn for quite a long time before this. But in his letters, which are one of the most moving human documents of all time, and they are really to be read and savoured, he talks about art and religion as being one and the same. And he talks about the legality of it, how it reaches a zenith. And there is no compromise in art. He was quite convinced about that you really had to put everything you had into it and reach that summit when you're painting. He says religion was equivalent to art, and they were interchangeable in his mind. And I can understand what he was talking about, because I think that I've got that hint of obsession, not quite as dangerous as Van Gogh. And I've lived longer, and hope to live a bit longer still. But it is an obsessive occupation. It's a very lonely occupation. You have to just put your whole mind and soul into it, and if it doesn't work, just scrape it all off. But that happens quite a lot as well. So painting is now a life occupation for me. Having gone out to grass, as it were, where the grass is sweet, and I'm enjoying it very much indeed. I have the luxury of being able to paint every day, which is really makes a big difference to how I develop. And anybody who saw previous exhibitions of mine will, I think, see an enormous change and development in these works, and certainly much better than previous works. Before I close, I just want to welcome a very special friend from Stockholm who's come especially for this exhibition, Judith Finney-Anderson, and we hope to do an exhibition together in Stockholm next year.
Next year in Jerusalem.
Thank you very much.
You are all invited.
Yeah.